And finally, in Georgia, where tensions flared in the country's capital over the weekend as local elections sparked protests and deepened political divisions in the country. The ruling Georgian Dream Party claimed a sweeping victory, but opposition leaders and civil society groups called the results a sham and largely boycotted the vote. Georgia's Prime Minister accused the opposition of attempting to overthrow his government and promised a crackdown on dissent.
I want to remind everyone that no one will be left unpunished. We have more resources to identify the provocateurs than we had last year or the year before, so more people should be prepared to face the consequences.
The Prime Minister also pledged to completely neutralize foreign agents suggesting that international actors, including European Union diplomats, were interfering by supporting the protest.
Last year, the EU ambassador openly interfered in our democratic elections, calling on voters to support the opposition. Let's not forget that the EU spokesperson also publicly supported the protests.
Meanwhile, prosecutors on Monday charged 5 opposition figures with attempting to overthrow the government and vowed that more arrests will come. On Saturday, tens of thousands marched in Tbilisi, waving Georgian and EU flags to protest what they call government's repressive policies and its drift towards Moscow. Riot police used water cannons and pepper spray to disperse demonstrators near the presidential palace. And local media reported that 21 security personnel and 6 protesters were in fact injured in the confrontations. The Georgian leader said about 7,000 people took part in the protest, calling it the culmination of months of attempts to overthrow his government. He warned that no one would escape political or legal responsibility, framing the unrest as a deliberate challenge to the state rather than spontaneous demonstrations. Opposition leaders described the protest as a peaceful revolution aimed at restoring democratic values, and supporters blocked streets, lit fires, tried to breach the parliament palace, and confronted riot police despite strict laws and government crackdowns on media, NGOs, and civil society groups. The protesters urged the authorities to free political prisoners and continue Georgia's EU accession path.
We are here for freedom of our country, for Euro integration, because we're the member of the Europe family. We're here for freedom of our political prisoners, and we demand Georgian dream, so-called Georgian dream, to leave us alone and go to their homeland, Russia.
The European Union responded to claims of foreign interference, rejecting disinformation and calling for competitive elections. It also urged the release of those detained and encouraged all sides to maintain calm, restraint, and constructive dialogue. Protests and political unrest have rocked Georgia since Georgian Dream halted talks on joining the EU last November. Adding another layer to the crisis, the United States previously sanctioned the founder of the Georgia Dream and former Georgia Prime Minister for undermining the country's democratic and Euro-Atlantic trajectory in favor of Russian interests. As Georgia navigates these political challenges, it's unclear if the country can prevent further instability as the crisis continues to unfold.
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point.
Well, we've got all 3 just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.